So I was born in 1991, and there were a lot of great movies and films that came out of that era. But I've always said that the best movies that ever came out of a decade was the 80s. So many great classics, so many wonderful movies and films to come out of the 80s. But there's one specifically that I always put on my top list of films that will always hold a special place in my heart, and that is 1985's The Goonies. So today, I find myself at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Omaha, Nebraska, visiting the unmarked grave and final resting place of actress Anne Ramsey, most famous for playing Mama Fratelli in The Goonies and Mama in Throw Momma from the Train. So let's go see her and pay our respects, shall we? So coming in off this roundabout right here, we come to section 21, lot 97, grave 10, which, reminder, her grave is unmarked. But if you look for the Saunders marker right here, she is right here. Born March 27th, 1929 in Omaha, Nebraska, she attended prestigious Rosemary Hall in Greenwich, Connecticut, and later Bennington College, becoming interested in theater, performing in several Broadway productions in the 1950s and later moving to Philadelphia with her husband Logan, forming the Theater of the Living Arts. Starting in the 1970s, Ramsey started appearing in character roles in a successful Hollywood career, appearing on television programs such as Little House on the Prairie, Wonder Woman, Three's Company, and Ironside. She appeared in many films, but her most famous roles were as the villain Mama Fratelli in 1985's The Goonies, which she won a Saturn Award for Best Supporting Actress, Elvira Parker in 1986's Deadly Friend, and Mrs. Lift in 1987's Throw Momma from the Train, in which she won her second Saturn Award and was nominated for both the Golden Globe and Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. In her later performances, she had a slight slurred speech, which was caused by having some of her tongue and jaw removed due to esophageal cancer surgery in 1984. Sadly, her cancer returned in 1988, and she passed away on August 11th, 1988 in Los Angeles, California. If you ever want to come out here and visit her, just look for the Saunders marker right here, and she is right here. So with The Goonies probably being her most famous film, she played an amazing villain as Mama Fratelli. She was funny, she was harsh, but it was just an awesome performance because it turned out to be one of the best movies of the 80s, and I can gladly say that it's definitely in my top list of all time of best movies ever made, especially even comedy movies and adventure movies. With the film Deadly Friend, you may remember her death as one of the most over the top ones, but it was still a good one, where she gets the basketball thrown at her and it makes her head explode, and then it's just a headless corpse. And then, of course, Throw Momma from the Train. That one is a classic too. Danny DeVito, Billy Crystal. One of the most iconic funny scenes in that is when she comes to the door and she asks, "Who's this?" And then Danny DeVito goes, "This is Cousin Patty. He's gonna be staying with us for a while. Isn't that nice?" And then she goes, you know I have a Cousin Patty." And then Danny DeVito looks at Billy Crystal and he goes, "You lied to me," and then hits him with a frying pan and he falls over on the floor. It was just funny stuff. But if you remember though, her speech was off because she had part of her jaw and tongue removed due to esophageal cancer. But other than that, it was a great performance on her part. Danny DeVito, Billy Crystal. Sadly, she passed away at only 59 years old. But she will always be remembered as Mama Fratelli in The Goonies and Mrs. Lift and Throw Momma from the Train. Rest in peace to Anne Ramsey. Sorry your life was taken so short. But thank you for your performances. Thank you for your career. Rest in peace. And with that being said, it's Codeman's Travels, coming from Forest Lawn Cemetery in Omaha, Nebraska, and always reminding you to travel, experience, live. Thank you.